Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was just surprised, like real quick, just how could one so the demon or the spirits of evil or any culture that tend to believe it or the negative entity or apparition or whatever, they seep through your body via your energy and your opening channel hole of your energy, and also they can channel through your emotion, because when you expressing any kind of any kind of emotional feature that human should be expressing, especially the negative impact, they can seep through your body that way. But and are you possessed? No, not quite. You just have the will to actually withdrawn from it, from what you actually affiliate with, whatever you're doing.
Mm.
Of course, if you let yourself to astray, then you're gonna continue down the path of what the demon or the evil spirits wants. Um,
Mm.
so in term of self-preservation, some people are so bold that they can easily overcome any problems or any obstacles in their lives.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these demons are like, oh wait, we cannot hurt him, so we're gonna hurt those around him. So
Mm.
they're always gonna be, some kind of demon trying to get to you. But as long as you like doing what's Rob's doing, fasting, try to eat like real good food, like high vibration food and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Learn to
those are
forgive
good.
and
Hey, what do you think on
uh,
demons? I mean, the demon archetypes seem to not like children particularly. They don't like kids and babies. I've noticed that.
on the contrary,
Or
they
do they like
kind of
them? Or do they
yeah,
like
they
them?
do like
So,
when they're alone,
oh, okay, with you
or
when they're private. Yeah.
with under another adult that's under demon's influence.
Oh,
See
sorry.
what I
So they
mean?
like, yes, when a parent has under demon possession, they like children there. They do like the children there.
Because, let's start with children first. Let's say if they're alone or if they are in a group due to their peer pressure. Once kids they are among friends, they tend to egg each other on in a stupid kind of game to win
Mm.
some stupid prizes that they just dare each other to do stupid things, basically.
Mm.
And without even realizing that just how pure an adolescent um, they are at that moment. The demon within that moment kind of whisper the action into them. For example,
Mm.
let's say three kids at the age of 7 or 8, riding a bike, and then also on the spot like a frog, and then they're the youngest kid, the third kid, to actually step on and kill all the frogs, and he did anyway, just because of the demon pressure, and they didn't know any better,
Mm.
because they literally have just kids just being kids. Well, some kids they sympathize with animals since they were young, but some not really. They learn that later on that animal is not really part of your problems. You are actually part of the problem
Mm.
yourself. So you got
Mm.
to fix yourself and fix other. So they do tend to get on those kids around those under those circumstances or situations, basically.
Mm.
And for those children who's under adults that are possessed or are deemed possessed, like full blown psychosis or schizophrenic,
Yeah.
um, that's not a good thing. Like
Yeah.
literally, you get so many wrong things there already. So as a
Mm.
straight society, people just kind of try for the wrong thing, just for the cheap thrills.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting, isn't it? Like, because Rob saw my inner child in mushrooms, and then he saw a little demon come out, trying to stop my inner child coming out. That's why I brought up the topic, because like, so I
Well,
feel
allow
like,
me to
yeah. Mm.
some other people might not understand like your inner child, but here's the thing.
Yes. Tell
um
me. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
let's say if you're in a relationship where the other your significant other is quite being manipulative in a way, that kind of doesn't want you to, do anything in your way, but rather my own way, I have my way, self-centered. Well, that kind of put a chain of depression and anxiety on that, on a relationship. And depression and all those anxious anxiety feeling and all those sadness, these negative feeling that demons are feeding on you, that are feeding off you,
Yeah.
they are getting stronger to suppress your inner child. When the day that your inner child die,
Yeah.
that's the day you lose, you know, you lose yourself basically.
Yeah, you're right. So depression is the opposite of inner child, yeah? Inner child, children don't get depressed. What the fuck? Do they? They don't get
It's
sad
it, it
like
actually
that.
multiple fact. It's actually consists of multiple factor in a way that maybe stress is the first thing that kills your health,
Hmm.
basically. And what can be accumulating stress? There are, like I said, many factors. So depressed mixed with sadness, that's a disappointment. Disappointment led to another, deeper state of depression, which allowed another stronger demon to actually come into your body.
Mad. Yeah.
So it's, yeah. So this is deep stuff,
Really
and
is. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
So
every
I
emotion
know
fucks with every emotion. You got depression, you got rage, you got anger, you got lust, you got frustration, you got sadness, you got wanting it now and you
also
can't have it. Like all these negative
also
emotions. Yeah.
sometimes they tend to trick you into putting those positive emotion to actually went a little bit overboard, to become a little pungent and stagnant in a relationship. Like for example,
Hmm.
let's say you're with this friend for a long time, right? And then you decided you to do drugs together, and then one day you realize that you're just having fun. Let's put all this behind us.
Hmm.
Then you moved on, but he's still stuck in the same place. You're trying to drag him out,
Yeah.
and you know, um, and then you actually dragged him out there. But then what happened is that he got confident that with your help and with the other help
Hmm.
he could get over his addiction. But it
Hmm.
turns out that the demon on this is happening typically almost anyone, the withdrawal or whatever you cope with, eating, alcohol, smoking, weed. I don't know. A lot of people have a lot of things to cope with, but
Yeah.
the withdrawals on
Yeah.
those,
Yeah.
once you hit that stage, you can be like, "Yo, I don't need this stuff," Then it comes. All of a
Uh,
sudden, those around you,
yeah.
like, "Yo, you want to hit weed?" "Ah, nah, I'm sober up." "Oh, yo, you want to drink?" "Nah, just a little bit, man. Just one glass, one cup. That's all. I won't make you drink another. I won't make you
Yeah.
drink another." And then comes
Then
another.
they come.
So,
Yeah, so when they lost
so
control, when they know they're going to lose control because you're giving up something, they come hard, super
they
hard.
use your
Uh,
overconfident in overcoming addiction to put yourself in those situations where you cannot resist peer pressure.
yeah.
There are many
You know what you're
situations like,
saying? They get cocky, yeah? They get cocky. So when they're comfortable and they know they're always in you, there's nothing to worry about. When you start doing high vibration things, they get worried. So they're like, okay, now we've got to step up our game. We can't be cocky anymore. This guy's trying to change, kill us. Not kill us. He's um,
now
trying to
it
get rid
comes to
of us.
that.
Like,
Yeah. So it comes to that realization where, so when we die, where do we go? Why do these demons try to, distract us from our pathway, from our goals, from our, path of enlightenment?
yeah,
So there must be a purpose that you die, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
if actually someone died with a purpose, whether they had accomplished their goal and they succumb to disease after after they got older, still, I mean, they have done something. They contributed to this data world, this
yeah,
this this realm.
yeah.
So you probably end up somewhere when you're dead. So, but like, so the thing is, why do these demons or devils
Hmm.
or the entity or the being
Yeah.
want to drag you down to somewhere that you don't know?
Why
Like
do they?
why they try to led you to astray.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
so
Interesting. You know, one way I know the actual way to kill. This sounds arrogant, ego. Yeah, but the truth is, one way to kill them all, or to integrate, is just to realize you don't die. When you know you don't die, it's game over. They only operate because of fear, and fear comes from fear of dying. All fears come from dying. If you know you don't die completely, they can't take hold of you. It's only the fact that you think you can die here. You're afraid of death. We all are. When we stop fearing death, Does that resonate with you, by the way?
Only what is unknown to man, they have fear in their heart. But once they're
Yes.
known to human, that fear is no longer, right?
Yes. Correct.
So,
Yeah.
well, fears, it's instinctively control most of our primal core of our fiber of being, and it's instinctively we got to do something that's safe for us, because otherwise, we won't survive until this long. But the fact
Yes.
that
Yes.
what could they have gained from
Mm.
I don't know. It's always, but anyway. But like I was thinking that the easiest demon once you get older and you're mentally prepared and equipped for destroying demon is that it's
Mm.
pride and gluttony is easily destroyable.
Mm.
Yeah, like you can erase your own ego. There's no pride in anything. You don't take pride. You just help whatever you can. You don't
Mm.
take credit. You just help to the good of your heart.
Mm.
Yeah, and then gluttony is just like just stop eating and do a strict
Yeah.
diet, strict routine, do meditation, do some other stuff. Distract yourself from eating too much.
Yeah, that's huge.
But
The seven sins, I think, is like I know lust is in me. That's my
greed,
worst one, probably. The last one. As
greed,
guys, it's hard, isn't it?
greed is a
I
little
think
harder.
yeah.
Yeah,
So again, what do you say?
greed is a little harder.
Greed, greed,
Greed,
greed. Yes, now I got rid of
yeah,
that
greed,
one. I don't have that anymore.
greed
But
is a little
yeah,
harder
that's
because
hard. Yeah.
how this world is being run by fiat currency or this world currency.
The
It's
money.
real
Oh,
currency.
greed. Sorry, I was tuning in. Yeah, greed, you mean sorry, when you say greed, thought you meant food. Money too, right? It could be many things. Money
The
too.
money.
Greed for money.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
I said the first two of the easiest was pride and gluttony.
The easiest. Pride and gluttony. Okay. Got you
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah. Well, but it kind of go in hands with, let's say, if you cannot rid oneself of gluttony, then the hardest stage would be sloth. That's
Oh, the
just
hardest sloth, did you say?
laziness.
Laziness. Yeah, we all guilty of that, aren't we? I mean, we all,
Yeah.
it's human nature to be
I
lazy,
mean,
I think. Human nature.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But and then after that, it's greed. Because
Interesting.
if you cannot get rid of each thing, greed comes, and that's just harder, so much harder to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then another stronger one is that your desire, what you
Mm.
need, lust. That's
Lust.
one of the hardest.
Yes,
After
agree.
greed, it's lust. Because once you greedy, if you actually greed what you're greeding for, and you actually obtain that stuff, you can, and that stuff is valuable. You can actually spend on your lustful venture of
Yeah. Yeah.
ecstasy in your harem, whatever. But yeah, lust is really one of the hardest to get rid of.
And plus, for guys, it's worse than girls, I feel, lust. I don't know, though. I'm only speaking from the guy perspective. I think it's harder for men than women, lust, because we're biologically driven to visually we're easily stimulated by women. I don't know, man. It's a hard world. No.
And instinctively, men cannot can't really control sexual urges like women.
No,
So
we
that's
can't.
why it's so.
We're like fire, and they're like water. They're calm and arouse slowly. We
And the
arouse
most
quickly. Yeah.
strongest one, wait, was that like pride, gluttony, sloth,
So
greed,
greed,
lust?
lust. So the seven deadly sins. I think you've named how many? Five. What's the one? Adultery, sorry? Isn't adultery one of the sins? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that linked in something else?
Adultery, it's lust.
Oh, that's lust. Yeah, yeah. We named all of them, haven't we?
No, it's
There's none missing. Let me check on Google quickly. Seven sins. Yeah, 1 second. Okay, it's gonna come up with something. That's interesting. I
yeah.
can't think. Sorry, isn't lying one of them? Am I wrong there? Here we go. Seven deadly sins, which is a grouping of, I think. Uh, here we go. So we said pride, greed. What do we say? Lust, gluttony, sloth. You missed out wrath and envy.
Oh, I knew wrath, but envious.
Envy is
Um,
jealousy. Is that
so
jealousy of people? Yeah.
so pride, envious and pride kind of go in the same way. If you can stop envious oneself, you will not lead to the deeper levels. But
Yeah.
as long as you can get rid of this,
Mhm.
you're gonna let down to another path anyway. But what I'm saying is that even though you get rid of it, you still have to, go down deeper, the same path as the ones who cannot get rid of, because you gotta face that demon.
Yeah.
So one of the greatest is that lust, and what's after that is wrath. Think about it. With lust, I mean, you can make you do crazy thing, but with wrath, the power to revenge, to get vengeance,
That's
to
dangerous.
kill,
Wrath
yeah,
can kill people, right?
the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrath is one of the most dangerous
Well,
thing,
from
and
what you said earlier, you can lose yourself, you can black out and do anything, right? And in wrath mode, you can do anything. Like,
you're so consumed by that hatred, by that dark flame that fuse it inside you, and then it just exploded,
you
and
go,
yeah,
you lose yourself completely, right? From what you say, you completely lose
yeah.
yourself. You're not in
Wrath,
control of
yeah.
your vessel. Like,
Oh, I mean, even for Buddha, he got rid of a lot of demons, but one of the last demon that he got rid of was wrath. Because
interesting.
as
Yeah.
long as humans have hatred in their hearts and they know what's the opposite of the being productivity or positivity, like love, hate, um, fat, skinny, always the negative opposite. As long as there's a hatred in human heart,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
world's this realm gonna continue on, and hopefully, one day that as of now, the world is kind of a little bit off balance, because
Yeah.
there are those that spawn into this world that just absolute no souls, or NPCs, or devil.
Yeah. Yeah.
People just tend to do bad things, don't care about each other,
Yeah.
and we have those people that like you, or like Robert, or like us, that try to educate people about loving, about understanding this world, about understanding the matrix, and
Yeah.
yet they still, and there's still more ignorant people out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. But we need
So
them. We need those bad people. Whatever bad is, by the way. But we need them because you don't know what good and light and all the seven non-sins of virtues. We don't even know the seven virtues. The only reason the seven virtues and being a good person is because of the bad, right? Comes to back to duality. Does that make any sense? Like the only reason we know
yeah,
what being good, being an upstanding samurai or a Jesus, we only know that because of the opposite. If the opposite didn't exist,
right.
this is what I'm talking now is duality. So if what I'm saying is we wouldn't know what's good in this realm without the dark. The dark only exists because of the light. The light only exists because of the dark. People hate the dark, but what are we doing? The light that we so admire is only available to see because of the dark, which we push away and we say, oh, by the way, it's easy for me to talk about this. If someone comes and punch my face, I'll be really annoyed. If someone kills me, I'll be like, fuck. But I'm just saying that there's some kind of deep thing I'm getting on my head with the dark. It's not what most people think it is. It's not a disgusting thing. It's actually the greatest teacher. It's the greatest awakening. It's our key to being happy. The dark. The darkness is the key to finding happiness and peace and love and all this shit. It's a concept in my mind that I'm going to integrate more in my vessel, Scott, in the years to come. I
That's
know
why
what
you
I'm
gotta
saying the truth, but I'm going to embody what I'm saying.
balance.
Like,
You have to also balance oneself, like
yes.
yin and yang. You said that if there's a dark, there's a light. If there's a light, there's a dark. So you
Yeah.
gotta balance oneself.
Yeah, I mean, the dark cannot be seen without the light. The light that we see, like think of the daytime. You can't even enjoy a nice jungle or a nice sea without the dark. If the night didn't exist, you won't see the day. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is no daytime beauty if there's nothing dark. It's empty. You need them. Like, it's a paradox. And by the way, God and infinite pure love can't see itself. Pure love, which we are, can't see itself because there's no opposite to it. We have to come here in this realm to see ourselves. We have to come to yin yang to see how amazing light is because light can't see itself. The dark can't see itself, by the way. The dark, the demons, they can't see themselves. That's why they enjoy trying to take out the light. They feed off light, right? The dark feed off light because they can't even see themselves. And light can't see itself. Our goodness can't see itself without dark. It's all paradoxes, yeah? It's paradox. Everything's a paradox. It's confusing. I'm sure I've lost some
Yeah,
people in this thing. Yeah.
I'm just afraid that they're gonna no they're gonna fall asleep first when they hear me
Yeah, no,
talk.
sorry, I don't want to bore them. By the way, is there anything you want to end with? Because that was powerful what you come on here and said here. Is there anything else you'd like to add to it?
For as long as it's for to be existing,
Mhm.
it's gotta exist both good and bad. You know, you gotta keep. I think whatever is happening as of now, present, the future, you know, all things trying to keep balance in a way. But
Mm,
like I like I said before, that the day that there are more bad people roam the
mm,
earth than the
yeah,
good people,
yeah.
that's when the judgment day will come.
Mm. When it gets too crazy in this earth, we then,
Yeah,
yeah.
because normally this world, you know, have no law to begin with.
Mm.
How do you define good from bad? You know, how do
Exactly.
you actually,
How do
you
you?
know, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, so back then, let's say that if there's no law for killing a man for taking your place, well, you can kill a man, right? Well, so does that make you feel justified in a way
yeah,
for you killing him? You know,
yeah. We've made
if
our own
you
laws here, haven't we? We've made our
I
own laws
mean,
up, right? Humans have just made
yeah.
laws up.
So,
Right?
but in terms of a goodness that people can sense, no law shall be made over this in a way that people should behave to each other. Like, yo, I got your back. Yo, let's share food. Yo, let's sing together. Hey, let's dance together. That's as long as you're doing something that doesn't bother people, as long as they don't bother people or harm others
Yeah,
physically, mentally, that's a good thing.
yeah,
As far as I'm concerned.
yep,
Mm.
yeah, true. Same. Yeah, yeah,
Especially if you value all lives matter here. Like I gotta admit, sometimes I hate flies. They're annoying, and I don't want to get I
Well,
don't want
you
to
know
get them
what?
on my food
You
or
say
whatnot.
all life
But
you say all life matters, but we also know that we live there's no one ever dies here. Energy's forever.
yeah,
So does
yeah,
life
but
matter?
it's
Like,
just
because everything
conceptual
lives
of
forever, right?
something. Yeah, it's eternal. But like I said, you know, nothing lasts forever. Like nothing can to be last forever. So this galaxy, universe, or this realm, this matrix will somehow someday
Mm,
gonna change, or you know, we're gonna be out there somehow. You
yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to I
And
feel like the world's
to add,
becoming better slowly. It's improving slowly.
yeah. So last thing I like to add is that
Mm,
if you
yep.
actually
Yep.
die, if you actually got killed, if you actually you got yourself involved into some dire situations, and you know
Yep.
you're not gonna make it
Yeah.
at that last moment, no matter how painful it is, or if
Mm,
it's not gonna be painful, but it's gonna be asphyxiated, maybe you're about to drown or whatever.
yeah.
At that moment, when you're about to die,
Yeah.
doesn't matter what you did, don't regret. Do not regret. Do not care. Let go and think of the happiest moment with your family, your friend,
Yeah.
or your
Yes.
memory of stranger that maybe play a piano, violin at the airport together. Think of
Yeah.
that happy thought
Being
before you die,
happy.
and
Exactly.
eventually drop down to the
Yep.
purgatory, and that you know the darkness around. Keep walk into the dark
Yep. Walk into the dark at the end, yeah? It's breaking up a little bit. You're saying walk into the dark at the end? Is that correct?
towards the dark.
Yeah, not the
It doesn't
light.
matter
Yeah.
what we take.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear a lot of voices telling you like, "Don't go there, don't go there." They're gonna drag you down. Like, don't just keep going, man.
Yeah. That is very deep.
It's fine, bro.
Rob, he's just said to walk through the dark right at the end when you're going to die. We all going to face this. We've all faced it many times.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard there's like it's like there's a trick like and there's what do you call it? False gods.
False
Like if you're
light.
a
Yeah.
Christian or something,
Yeah.
Jesus is gonna present himself, and but it's a trick, you know. And then you just end up back here. Apparently, I've heard about this. Or if you're like a Buddhist or something, you might like encounter Buddha. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like you'll be in a conversation. There's dialogue, and then they'll somehow convince you that, or you convince yourself that you have to come back and have another experience. And
Yep.
this we're all caught in this trap where we keep coming back here having more.
Yeah, right. To figure out shit
That's
again,
why-
to go through all this trauma, to go through all of the pain and suffering and happiness. It's
I would,
pretty nuts.
to be honest, I wouldn't mind though. I think it's
why-
beautiful.
That's why the
So do I.
stage of enlightenment, that's
Yeah.
only one can achieve. It's like the highest of absolutely honored being.
That's why he was so bored after he got. He's like, all right, well, I'm just waiting to die now.
Yeah.
I've seen everything.
So I think
You know?
he became enlightened in a way. So he sensed that his cycle has come to an end. You know,
I bet you he could have chosen not to live like fucking long time, man. Buddha.
yeah,
But he saw
that's
that
the
as
record.
pointless, though.
Well, that was the record. I don't know. And you know that people lies, right? When they write the legend, the myth, or whatever, they said that Buddha was reincarnated so many times into all different type of life, and then the last life he became the Prince Siddhartha himself.
And then he.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he became.
That was the final chop
So
and
that's-
surrender. Yeah, where he finally
Yeah, so
he realized, yeah.
people now they're saying that there's gonna be a second Buddha coming. You know, because it takes about like 2,000 years for another prodigy, not prodigy, my bad. The enlightened one to appear, reappear. So I don't know if that's.
Here's my take, though. I think Buddha. A lot of people are like Buddha, like Harry, me, even yourself. Like
Yeah, well,
like,
my
we
take
just-
is that if I can do the chop. There's a way of doing it. You just have to commit to doing practices where you can do the chop yourself in this lifetime. I want to make it. I don't know I'm making it, but I've got more chance than most people I know, and I'm just being honest. I've got a good chance to do the chop. So you'll see it in me.
Harry,
If I do the chop, if I do the chop, you'll see that all you'll see from me is unconditional love. You'll see nothing, no ego, like, just love, man.
but this makes Harry.
So again,
We're going through a paradigm where this matrix is changing. People are waking up. You know,
a lot of people are waking up.
Like,
Look at the conversation we're having. Yeah.
necessarily hell. You know, the suffering is just attachment. You know, even if good times
Yes.
are here, people are still gonna suffer because it's all temporary. And you
That's
get
what I was
lost
trying to
in
tell
and
Scott.
caught up in
I was trying to tell Scott that there's nothing bad in this world. I mean, everything that we think's bad is only because you think it's bad. You're attached to it being bad. You're self-righteous. We're all self-righteous and egoic in
And you know, sometimes that kind of can also explain why, like, you see somebody and they're just born without legs or something. Like, I think they chose the soul in the previous life, chose to experience that. And we're just in a time right now where man has corrupted himself so much that, you know, look what you see now, you know?
Now the
cycles.
world's got so corrupted that we need people like me, you, and Scott. We signed up there, I believe. We gone, oh, this is your contract, Harry. You're gonna have this, this, and this happen. You're gonna get incredibly suffering, but you got a real shot of waking people up and waking yourself up. So here's the contract. You want to sign up? Your soul goes, all right, I'm gonna forget everything that I signed up for, but I'm gonna go down to earth and suffer and meet Rob and make friends and have synchronicities. And the reward for all of our suffering is joy, happiness, and synchronicities as reminders, because we've forgotten why we came here. So the synchronicities remind us you're on the right track. You have support.
Would you change your story thus far? I wouldn't change mine.
Bro,
Even the
for
whole
10
racist
years,
thing.
nah, for 10 years ago, I stopped that. No way would I change my life. I'm grateful, very grateful,
I don't have
deeply
any
grateful.
regrets, man. I think the whole story of me suffering and then just hitting rock bottom.
You know why
and
though?
then, like,
You know why? Because we see the people
my
that don't
power
live
back.
it. You see people that don't suffer a lot, and you see what they turn out like, and we're like, oh, do we really want to be like that? No, I'm glad I went through my shit. I'm glad I'm like this in this avatar, seeing this consciousness, experiencing reality. We're not perfect, but we see reality a bit more than most people. Let's be honest. We see a bit more real. That's not we're better people. We're just a bit more real with ourselves, a bit more self-aware. That's all it is. Self-awareness.
I'm not better than anybody.
To learn something,
You know,
you wanna learn
nobody's
something.
better than me either. We're all
No.
the same at the end.
deep down, everyone is equal. And that's the whole reason we came here, is to find out, to feel equal to all. Unconditional love is the only reason we came here. It's bloody hard. Bloody hard.
The only thing I can say is maybe you're having a better experience. That does not make you better. You're just having a better experience, you know? And you've had many, and so have they. You know, maybe in a past life, they were having a better experience. Now it's their turn to suffer in this one. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Take it in turns, isn't it?
And I just think it's so this whole game, it's just perfectly created, everything, you know?
Do you know what? That
Duality.
perspective is beyond our egos to even understand how amazingly perfect everything is right now. Actually, everything is so perfect right now. Our ego can't even handle that truth. It doesn't have any concept of perfection. We can say it, bro, but to mean it, to feel it, it's another thing. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And this pisses people off. We don't say this to everybody. People get pissed off. They say Gaza. What do you mean? Gaza, murder, rape, torture, pedophiles. How can it be perfect? Because you haven't figured out the higher truths. Yeah.
It's immortal, you know? Yeah, it's fucked up though, the experience, you know?
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's like the people in the victims that die, they wake up from the dream and it's like, oh shit, well, I'm gonna come back, but this time let's not make it as bad as what, you know, or like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, or if so many lifetimes and you've attained, you know, quote unquote.
Yeah, the thing with the Gaza is the thing with the Gaza is look, the thing with Gaza is everyone thinks we think we're separate, and deep down we know that we are everyone. So if someone dies in Gaza, you're dying in Gaza. You're not separate from that person dying in Gaza. You are that person dying in Gaza. You are everything. You're not separate from anyone suffering more than you or less than you. You're the same as them because you always was them, but you just forgot.
I feel like we're all in this game, which is like a dream, and we're all collectively dreaming it together. And everyone has a certain level of awareness in the dream. And the more aware you become, like, man, the dream starts to become like your own playground, really.
Well, I'll be honest, for me, I'm the happiest I've ever been, and I'm living my dream life, but because I've suffered a fuckload, and it's taken me a long time to get to this dream life that I'm living now. And yeah, it's taken a long time, man. It takes ages to do the shit.
I don't have my dream life yet, but I've just
not yet.
So many. Yeah, that was, man. I never thought I'd like get like when I hit rock bottom, dude. You know. Like,
yeah, I know. It's crazy to think how much you can change from deeply apathetic to
I was so in the Matrix, Harry, back then. Like I was just, it was so in my mind that I had to get a degree, I had to get this job and do this and do that, and like it's all programming, really, you know. And people are waking up to that. But are we getting sidetracked here? We were talking about the demons with Scott.
Well, we got a couple of minutes. We got a couple of minutes. So is anything you'd like to finish off with? Scott's done a really good one, by the way, when you were on this. That was really good. So is anything you'd like to say to people? Yeah. Anything to finish off? Because we've got a couple of minutes only, see.
You mentioned the meth and shadow people.
You can quickly, but you've only got 3 minutes though. So you can if you want to.
Okay, because like and the thing that gives us access to the spirit world is no sleep, no food, or no water. Take one of those away, and you start slowly, you know, or gradually going into that world. And people that take meth, they deplete their serotonin and dopamine, so they're depressed when they come off of it, and they can't fucking sleep. So they're going in the spirit world depressed with negative thoughts, and they like these things just latch on to them. They're so vulnerable. Like when that happens, does it make sense though?
That makes sense.
When you deplete your serotonin, just prolonged use. Because of that, you have like negative thoughts constantly. You're just depressed. You can't find joy without the drug, you know. And you don't sleep, you don't eat, and you just get possessed basically, you know. And like I'm sure you've seen it. Like,
crystal meth is one of the most hardcore ways to easily. One time is all you need for demons with that one. It's very unique and bad. extremely. I've heard stories. One time is enough to end for demons to come in. Just one time on that one. And then
then
the
there's
more you do it,
alcohol as well. That one
alcohol,
also leads to
that's
possession
probably the
because
biggest demon one of all. Yeah.
yeah, because actually it doesn't solve people's problems. They use it to run away, to numb the mind,
Yeah.
and it affects dopamine and serotonin. Same thing with meth. Meth is just more extreme than alcohol, but
Yeah.
alcohol fucks you up your liver and the rest of your body, and
Yeah.
like bad, but in a different way. They're both right up there, like
Yes.
on the same terms of like opening
And
yourself
and
up to.
lastly, I'd say isolation. Isolation that we brought up. Isolation is big
Oh
for
yeah, yeah.
that's big.
Mhm.
Feeling
Yeah, but
alone,
you know
feeling
what?
you're the only one that suffers, the only one victim mindset, victim.
Have you seen meth heads? What they're like? They can't even trust themselves. They think like their
Yeah.
mates are out to get them, or
Wow.
and that's why they gotta isolate because like they're just like, oh, the
Yeah.
CIA are after me. They're seeing shadow people. They think the shadow people are cops. Like,
That's not, yeah.
And
Yeah.
some people they use it so much they're just gone. They have what's called schizophrenia. And I have a
Oh, wow.
friend who
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
because he abused meth in the past,
Yeah.
and at the time he was also doing some black magic shit like witchcraft. Ever since he delved into that stuff while using meth, like he's just never been the same. And
Wow.
he talks to like imaginary people. They're not imaginary. He's
They're
he's
real.
in the spirit world.
It's in the spirit world. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I can't see them, but like I can tell like he's got some kind of entity attachment. And
Yeah.
I told him to dry fast, so I got him into dry fasting, and he loved it. It was helping him beat the addictions. But do you know what happened when I dropped him back off to his house?
No, but it's gonna break up. Go
Like
on.
when I hit him back up on
Yeah.
Facebook,
Or I think it's gonna go. Yeah.
or this and that, and that triggered me, and I went off on him too.
It kind of broke up. Oh shit, man.